All right, so get this. We're going deep today, like really deep into fitness and exercise. We've got this ebook, right? And it's like a total guide to getting healthier. But not just the usual fad stuff. We're talking about actually understanding how our bodies work.
Yeah, I love that. It's like we're going to figure out our own fitness blueprint,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
instead of just trying random things.
Exactly. And you know what really grabbed me? This whole idea about body types, like endomorphs, mesomorphs, and all these.
Oh, yeah, the somatypes.
Yeah, that's it. And how knowing your type can totally change your workouts. Have you ever felt like you're working out like crazy, but not getting the results you want?
All the time.
Right. Maybe it's because we're working against our body type, not with it.
That's a really good point. You know, this ebook mentions this guy, Dr. William H. Sheldon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he did all this work on somatypes.
Yeah.
And he said, they're not just about how you look, but they're actually connected to your hormones and your metabolism. So like an endomorph, they might naturally have a larger frame and store more fat, right? And they'd need a totally different workout than, say, an ectomorph, who's usually lean and has trouble gaining weight.
I always wondered about that. It's like some people just look at weights and they get huge.
Right.
This is fascinating.
Isn't it?
So this ebook, does it go deeper than just labeling us? Does it tell us what to do?
Oh, yeah. It gives specific exercises and nutrition advice for each body type.
Oh, wow.
Like if you're an endomorph, you might want to do longer workouts, but keep them low intensity.
Okay.
And maybe eat a little less calories.
Yeah.
But if you're a mesomorph, you can go for those intense weight training sessions and eat more calories to fuel those muscles.
It all makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
So it's about figuring out your body and working with it, not against it.
Exactly.
Love that.
Oh.
And there's this other thing that really got me thinking. It's called The Zone. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, by Barry Sears.
Yeah, Barry Sears. It's all about balancing insulin levels
Yeah.
to be healthier and manage weight better.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
He basically says that lots of people struggle with weight because their insulin's all over the place.
Up and down all the time.
Yeah, like a roller coaster.
Oh, I get it.
And those spikes and crashes, they can cause cravings, make you tired, and just make it harder to burn fat.
So it's not about cutting carbs completely. It's about keeping those insulin levels stable.
Exactly.
Which actually reminds me of what the ebook says about those high-carb diets. They're super popular, but they might not be the answer for everyone.
Especially as we get older.
Yeah, like I think there was even a warning about that.
Oh, right. From Dr. Richard Heller?
Yeah, him.
He said carb-heavy diets can actually backfire as we age.
Really?
Yeah, you can even gain weight and have other problems.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
That is.
How it kind of flips as we get older?
Yeah. So it seems like balance is really important.
Definitely.
Like with everything. A balanced diet with protein and healthy fats.
And carbs too.
Yeah, even carbs. That's what our bodies need.
It's about giving your body the right fuel.
Right, not starving it.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked body types, we've talked insulin. Lots to think about, right?
Definitely.
But now let's get physical. The ebook also talks about setting up a home gym. And I was just blown away by the author's story. They basically made their whole gym with used stuff.
No way, really?
Seriously, garage sales, secondhand stores, the whole deal.
That's amazing.
They got some incredible deals. Like, imagine a Nordic Track ski machine. For $40, it proves you don't need to spend a fortune to get fit.
Right. You don't need some fancy gym.
No, you can just create your own space. And it's so much more convenient, too.
Oh, absolutely. Having a home gym, it just makes it so much easier to work out regularly.
No more excuses about traffic or gym fees.
Exactly.
Plus, the book has some great tips on choosing equipment, like what to get based on your goals and your budget.
Oh, that's helpful.
And if you're not sure where to start, they suggest trying out different machines at a regular gym first. Just get a day pass and see what you like.
That's actually a really good idea.
Right. It's all about being smart and making the most of what you have.
And, you know, it also ties back to what we were talking about before with the body types.
Right.
Knowing your type can help you pick the equipment that's best for you.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
So now we've got the basics. We know our body type. We've got our insulin in check. And maybe even a home gym ready to go. But what about the actual workouts?
Ah, yes. The fun part.
Exactly. Let's get moving.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So are we ready to talk workouts? Like the actual, getting physical part?
Oh, yeah. Let's get into it. And I love how this ebook doesn't just tell you what to do. It actually explains, like, the science behind it all, what's going on in your muscles when you move.
Right. It's not just like do this, do that.
Yeah, exactly. It tells you why.
Like it's like peeking inside your body.
I think that makes such a difference. when you understand the how and why.
Totally. It
Yeah.
makes you way more motivated, too. Oh, and this whole thing about glycogen, like, that really
Right.
fascinated me.
Oh, yeah, glycogen. Isn't it like stored energy in your muscles?
Exactly. It's like stored glucose.
Okay, right. So it's basically the fuel that your muscles use.
It's like filling up your tank before a road trip.
Oh, I get it.
So as you exercise, you're using up those glycogen stores.
So we got to replenish them.
Exactly.
So how do we do that?
Well, eating right, of course,
Yeah.
especially getting enough carbs.
Carbs. Okay. Now, what about oxygen? I always feel so out of breath when I really push myself. What's going on there?
That's a great question. Oxygen is super important for your muscles.
Mm.
It helps them convert that glycogen into energy so they can do their thing.
Okay.
And when you're not getting enough oxygen, your muscles start producing lactic acid,
Oh, right.
and that's what causes that burning feeling.
Uh-huh. That makes sense. So the harder I work out, the more oxygen my muscles need.
Exactly, and that's why cardio is so important.
All right, to get your heart pumping.
Yeah, it strengthens your heart and lungs,
Yeah.
so you can deliver more oxygen to those muscles.
So it's not just about burning calories. It's about like building a stronger engine for your body.
I like that, yeah. Building a stronger engine.
I've got to remember that. Now, the ebook also mentions these different types of muscle contractions.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of isometric contractions?
Oh, yeah. Isometric.
That doesn't ring a bell for me.
It's basically when your muscle tenses up, but it doesn't change length.
Hmm.
Like, think about holding a plank.
Oh, yeah.
Your muscles are working hard,
Uh-huh.
but they're not actually shortening or lengthening.
Okay, so it's like static strength.
Exactly.
I get it. And then there's isotonic contractions,
Right.
where the muscle actually does shorten or lengthen.
Like when you're lifting weights, for example.
Okay, so lifting weights is isotonic.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah.
So different exercises use different types of contractions?
Right. And it's good to mix things up, challenge your muscles in different ways.
I never thought about it like that. This is making me think about strength training totally differently.
It's fascinating, right?
Oh, and speaking of strength training, the ebook debunks this myth I've always heard about needing to do lots of reps with light weights to build muscle.
Oh, yeah, that's an old school idea.
Right.
It's been pretty much debunked.
So what's the real story?
Well, building muscle actually needs enough resistance.
Yeah.
You got to challenge yourself to actually stimulate growth.
So you're saying those heavy weights, they're not just for bodybuilders.
Not at all. Anyone can benefit from lifting heavier.
But of course, you got to use proper form.
Of course, safety first.
Yeah, no injuries.
Exactly.
And the ebook also mentions this thing called progressive overload.
Oh, right. Progressive overload.
That means gradually increasing the weight over time, right?
Exactly. As your muscles get stronger, you got to keep challenging them to grow.
Oh, I've definitely been guilty of sticking with the same weights for too long.
It's easy to get comfortable.
Yeah, but it sounds like we need to push ourselves out of that comfort zone.
A little discomfort leads to growth.
Love that. Okay, so we've talked about glycogen, oxygen, muscle contractions. We even busted some myths. What else does this ebook have in store?
Well, let's keep talking strength, but let's add in endurance too.
Oh, okay.
They're like two sides of the same coin, you know?
Strength and endurance.
Yeah. Strength is about how much force you can generate, and endurance is about how long you can keep going.
So a power lifter would focus on strength,
Yeah.
and a marathon runner would focus on endurance?
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And you need different training methods for each.
Like what kind of methods?
Well, weightlifting is great for building strength,
Okay, that makes sense.
and cardio is key for endurance. Things like running, swimming, cycling.
Right, those classic cardio exercises.
Exactly.
This is all starting to come together, but you know what I've always wondered about? Rest. Like, how important is it really?
Oh, rest is crucial.
Seriously?
Just as important as the workouts themselves.
Really?
Yeah, when you exercise, you're actually creating tiny tears in your muscle
Yeah,
fiber.
with tears?
Tiny tears. And it's during rest that those fibers repair and rebuild. And that's how you get stronger.
So rest days are actually productive.
They're essential.
I always feel guilty on rest days.
They're super important for muscle growth and for preventing injuries.
That's good to know.
And you got to listen to your body. If you're super sore or tired, take a break.
Okay, listen to my body. Got it.
Yeah.
Now, this is all great info, but I'm curious, for us ladies, are there any special things we should know?
Absolutely. This ebook has a whole section just for women.
Oh, good.
It talks about all the hormonal changes we go through
Yeah, that's a big one.
and how exercise can help us through those changes.
I've heard exercise can help with menopause symptoms.
It absolutely can. It helps regulate your hormones,
Mm.
which can reduce those hot flashes and mood swings.
Wow.
And it also helps with bone density. which is super important as we get older.
So exercise is like a natural remedy for menopause.
You could say that.
It's amazing.
And strength training is especially good for women. Yeah, it's not just about looking toned. It's about building strong bones to prevent osteoporosis.
So forget that myth about weightlifting making women bulky.
Exactly. Women don't have the same hormones as men. We won't bulk up the same way.
So weightlifting for women is about strength, metabolism, and feeling powerful.
Exactly.
I love that. Now, what about pregnancy? Is it safe to exercise when you're pregnant?
It can be, but you got to talk to your doctor first. Every pregnancy is different.
Right, of course.
But the ebook says exercise during pregnancy
Mm-hmm.
can actually have a lot of benefits.
Really? For both mom and baby?
Yeah, it can help with weight management and reduce the risk of gestational diabetes.
Wow.
It can even help prepare your body for labor and delivery.
That's incredible.
It is right.
I never knew exercise could be so beneficial during pregnancy.
It's amazing what our bodies can do.
Totally.
Now, let's talk about something that affects everyone. Aging.
I know.
We all want to feel younger as we get older, and this ebook gives us some hope.
Tell me more.
Well, it's all about the connection between exercise, diet, and longevity. They talk about this thing called the human growth hormone.
Human growth hormone.
Yeah, or HGH for short.
Okay.
And it's super important for muscle growth, cell repair, and just feeling vital. And guess what? Exercise can actually boost HGH levels, even as we get older.
Wait, so working out can slow down aging?
In a way, yes.
That's amazing.
It's not just about HGH, though.
Yeah.
Exercise also reduces inflammation. It helps your heart and even your brain.
So it's a total body and mind makeover.
You got it.
And if you combine exercise with a healthy diet.
You're really giving your body the best chance to thrive.
This is so encouraging.
It is, right?
Okay, so we've covered muscles, strength, endurance. We even talked about how to age gracefully. But there's one big thing we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
The mental side of fitness.
Ah, yes, that's crucial too.
It's not just about the physical stuff.
Right. Our mental and physical health are totally connected.
So our thoughts and emotions matter.
They really do.
Yeah.
Like the ebook talks about how chronic stress can mess with your hormones,
Right.
make you gain weight, and even increase your risk of disease.
Oh, wow, that's scary.
It is. So we got to manage that stress.
How do we do that?
Well, the ebook suggests things like mindfulness and meditation. Even yoga can help.
Oh, yeah.
It's about finding healthy ways to cope with stress.
Then I bet getting enough sleep is important, too.
Oh, absolutely. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more cortisol, the
Cortisol.
stress hormone.
Oh, right.
And that can lead to cravings, weight gain, even trouble concentrating.
So staying up late watching Netflix is bad for my fitness goals.
That could be, yeah. The ebook recommends sticking to a regular sleep schedule and creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
No more late night screen time.
And avoid caffeine and alcohol before bed.
Okay, noted.
It's amazing how everything is connected.
It really is, like sleep, stress, food, exercise.
It all plays a role.
And you know what else the ebook mentioned? Laughter.
Oh, yeah.
Laughter, seriously.
I know it sounds funny,
It does.
but laughter is actually really good for you.
How so?
It releases endorphins, reduces stress, and it just makes you feel good.
I do love a good laugh.
Right.
It's like a reminder that fitness shouldn't be so serious.
Exactly. It should be fun, too.
Find the joy in movement.
I like that.
Okay, we've covered a lot, but there's one more important topic we got to talk about: eating disorders.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one.
It is, but it's important to talk about.
And the author of this ebook actually shares their own struggles.
Really?
Yeah, with anorexia and bulimia.
Wow, that's brave of them.
It is, and I think it's so valuable to hear those personal stories.
It helps break down the stigma
Totally.
and encourages people to get help.
For sure. The ebook also emphasizes that our worth isn't tied to our weight.
Oh, absolutely.
It's about treating our bodies with respect.
And nourishing them, not punishing them.
Exactly. Okay, I'm also curious about what the ebook says about supplements.
Oh, yeah, supplements.
There's so much hype around them.
I know, it's hard to know what to believe.
So what's the ebook's take on supplements?
Well, they take a pretty balanced approach. They say supplements should never replace a healthy diet and exercise.
Okay, so they're meant to supplement.
Exactly, not substitute.
So those promises of like rapid weight loss from a pill, those are bogus.
Pretty much. The ebook says we need to be critical thinkers.
Right, do our research.
Don't fall for those quick fixes.
True health and fitness takes time and effort.
It's about building sustainable habits.
Not taking shortcuts.
Exactly.
Oh, and one last thing that really stuck with me. The ebook busts this myth about all calories being created equal.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
They mention this Dr. George Johnson, and he says that the whole idea of carb calories being different from fat or protein calories is just wrong.
It's a common misconception.
So it's not just about counting calories, it's about where those calories are coming from.
Exactly. Like a calorie from a soda isn't the same as a calorie from an apple.
It's about the quality of the food.
And choosing foods that actually nourish your body.
This whole deep dive has been amazing, like a total crash course in smart and sustainable fitness.
It's about so much more than just hitting the gym.
It's about understanding your body and your mind.
And making choices that support your well-being.
Okay, are you ready for the big takeaway message?
Bring it on.
Okay, so, wow, we covered a ton in this deep dive. Body types, insulin, even laughter, and how important our mental health is. It's been quite a journey. But now, the big question, what does it all mean for, like, us, you know? How do we take all this info and actually use it?
That is the big question, isn't it?
It is.
I think the key takeaway here is that fitness isn't one size fits all, you know?
Right.
It's about finding what works for you, your body, your life, your goals.
It's like we got this whole fitness toolkit now, and we got to figure out which tools to use.
And how to use them, right?
Exactly.
And that's where things get really interesting.
How so?
It's about taking charge of your own health, you know, making choices that work for you.
Yeah. This ebook really makes you think critically about fitness. There's so much info out there.
I know it's overwhelming.
It is. It's easy to get lost or fooled.
It's crucial to do your research, for sure.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to, like, question things. Don't just accept what everyone says.
And remember, if it sounds too good to be true.
It probably is.
Yeah, no magic pills.
Nope.
Real health takes time and effort.
It's about those sustainable habits, you know.
Building those good habits.
Listening to your body.
And finding the joy in moving.
Exactly.
It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress.
Well said. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one last question. Given everything we talked about, all the science, the tips, everything, what's one tiny step you can take today to get a little bit healthier?
Ooh, that's a good one. It doesn't have to be a big, huge change.
Right.
No, not at all. It could be something small, like adding some extra veggies to your dinner.
Or trying a new workout.
Yeah, or just taking a few minutes to breathe.
Every little bit counts.
Totally.
So keep learning, keep trying new things, and keep moving forward.
Great advice. Until next time, happy diving, everyone.
You can download the book for free from our website.